welcome to The Olive Tree with me, Julia Fisher, the programme that takes you to the heart of what God is doing in Israel and the wider Middle East, despite the ongoing troubles of the region. My guest today is Elias, a Christian from Gaza. He was born and brought up there and knows the region well. Here he describes what life is like for the few Christians left living in Gaza today.
To be honest, the Christians in Gaza, they are, trying to survive. And sometimes it's not easy. As you know, it's like the political issues is hard. The economy is, it's not good. It's bad, in these days. They suffer from lack of services inside Gaza. They have a big problem with electricity and water even. I'm thinking, before 30 years, I was knowing that there is around 5,000 or 6,000 Christians inside Gaza Strip. And later, when I was there, they start to say there are 3,000. After that, they said 1,500. Nowadays, they said, the statistics said, 800. And this is something not good, But it's in all of our country, this is the problem that the Christians have. They immigrate and they leaving the country, in front of all the bad circumstances that surround the country here. And so some of them, they find the solution is outside. For me as Elias, I call the people who leave our country the M&M. Chocolate M&M. So I call them the M&M. And why? Unfortunately, because who are leaving our country, they are who have money and mind. Who have money, they are leaving our country and they go to, through their money, they can establish their new life outside our country, outside Palestine. And they can, live outside and they, they have, money. These people, they have their freedom, they can go. But who makes me feel sad when the people who have mind leaving. Why? Because, and what, I mean by mind, the students, the young people, the youth. Because they, as soon as they finish the school, unfortunately, they go to study outside and they do not come back. And they stay outside, establishing their lives outside. And this, unfortunately make the situation inside our country harder, especially for the Christians. Because, you need people who have abilities, who are talented, who can make change, who can encourage others. But when you find these people are leaving, so it makes the opportunities less. And nowadays, you can go to many Christian organizations, churches, ministries, and all of them having the same problem. Who we can find to take this position?
So where do you see your future? What's your vision? What's your passion?
It's a big question, a big issue. I have vision. My vision is, how we can be the light and the salt in our community. We need to have influence. We need to have interaction between us as Christians and our community. I usually think of not to build walls around our communities as Christians, but to build a bridge between our Christian community and the local community here. Sometimes I ask one of the youth that I discipled or something, some friends. I ask him, bring me your phone. He said, why? I said to him, open the list of who are the names in your phone. And I told him, write, for example, Muhammad. how many Muslims in your phone list? Like you will find some people they don't have, or they have few. And this is a problem, like I told them, why? We need to build a good relationship. And this is the mentality that I'm telling you about, like I don't want them to be building the walls around themselves about their communities, and in this way they will not have hope. They will find themselves outside the circle of influence inside the community, and they will lose the opportunities. So because of that, like I'm telling them, like we need to interact, we need to go, we need to, like to show the love of Christ to our people, and in the same time show respect to them, and they will show respect to us too. I remember in my school when I was in the 7th, 8th, 9th grade, my class mate, like the students in my school, they was hitting me every day. In the first 2 months when I start the school, I was the only Christian in my school. But like I was sad from that, angry, but I wasn't able to do anything. But I remember, as soon as they start to know me more, they stop teasing me or doing bad things or hitting me. And I now can say that these friends and students who was with me, they become my best friend in life nowadays. Until today, we have a good communication together and good friendship, because they don't know me, like they suddenly saw a Christian in front of them. They didn't know about anything about Christianity and about a Christian student, and they was asking me a lot of questions. One of the questions, they was asking me, like, what you are eat? Do you go to the bathroom? Like they was asking me these questions, to be honest. And they have a lot of questions about us. But as soon as they start to know me and we have a good relationship and we play together, study together, they become my best friend. And they, if any other student from the school, he come to do bad things to me, they was protecting me from him. And then in the beginning, they was who was, like hitting me. But now they become my friends, and they become, and I found myself having power inside the school because of them. And no one was, thinking after that to do anything to me, because they will, they will punish him if someone want to do bad thing to me. They become my, my best friends.
I don't hear any animosity in your voice. I don't hear any hatred, any regret. Is that true? Are you using your past experience to help you in what you're doing now?
Yeah, I don't have any hatred. Yes, it's, I can, because I entered many things in my life. The good things, the bad things, and I found, in the end of the day, when I sit with myself, I remind myself with the first church, especially in Acts. They was minority, they was under bad circumstances, but there was blessing to all the people that they communicate with them. And I feel myself like living the first church here. I need to be blessing to the others. I need to be the salt and the light. And I need to be a good Christian that people can know about me and about my faith and about my, my community as Christians who are living here. That we have love to the others as Christ, He loved the others. And we have acceptance, even if we receive, sometimes in our life we receive bad, response from the others. But it doesn't mean that I need to be like them. I need to have, my reaction must to reflect my faith. But if my reaction is having the same reaction that the others have to me, so what is the difference between me and them? So I will be the same. And like something else is, like from my experience with my people here, as soon as you build a good relationship that build with respect and love and acceptance, you will find yourself in a good position, and you will find your community, they give you the respect, they give you the acceptance, and they even ask you to participate in the community. So I have this experience. I entered the rejection, and I tried the acceptance too, and my reaction is making the difference. So I told myself, I need to have love and acceptance to my people, because I am living in between them. They are not my enemy, they are my people. Yes, they are, having, another faith or another religion, but it doesn't mean that I need to hate or reject them according to this. And the same, they cannot reject me and hate me because of I am different than them. But we can communicate, we can have a good relationship, and and God will use us among this situation. And this is why I have I am comfort, because I have love and acceptance to my people here.
You've been listening to Elias, a Christian from Gaza. The Olive Tree Reconciliation Fund is a Christian charity based in the UK that supports the needs of both Jewish believers and Arab or Palestinian Christians living in Israel and the wider Middle East. If you'd like to know more about our work through our bi-monthly newsletter, including news about our upcoming tours, please either visit our website www.olivetreefund.org or write to me, Julia Fisher, OTRF, PO Box 402, Billingshurst, RH14 4BQ in the UK. Meanwhile, join me at the same time next week for another story from the Olive Tree. Until then, goodbye.